Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Blades of Avernum. Last episode, we were running away from the horde of the hobgoblins, all their warg riders. It was a hell of a fight just to get away in time to escape, but eventually we managed to make it, only to be cut off by more warg riders. They surrounded us and we fought them in basically back to back. They cut us down man by man by man, and eventually only two of us were left. Me and I think it may have been Fabian. But then they ran, because the beast had shown up. He was chasing after us and we ran towards Amon Sewell. And then Oren stopped and decided to fight the beast to buy us more time. Now we have to get going. Let's get to Amon Sewell. A deep, reverberating blast of sound echoes through the pass like a hurricane. This is a new sound, not the terrible cry of the beast. A triumphant sound that moves all the way from your ears to your tired feet, that sends adrenaline coursing through your veins and makes you forget all. Oren's horn. In all the time you've known Oren, you never heard the Highlander sound his war horn. Now he sends 3 great blasts echoing through the mountains, so powerful that surely they can hear it all the way down in Manibor. You shake thoughts of your friend going toe-to-toe with that monstrosity out of your head. There is no time to worry about Oren. You've almost caught up to the others and the tower is just around the corner. Mountain holly! Lots of it! Okay, good. If we can get some icicle moss, that'll be even better. You step through the gates of the ruined tower. There isn't much shelter to be found here. The courtyard ahead is full of debris and rubble, and the tower itself is nothing but a ruined wreck. You are, however, out of the wind, and you are at long last at your destination. You never thought you'd reach Amon Sewell, and now you're here. You aren't so sure what to do. Where is there to take refuge from the beast in these ruins? The tower is in poor shape. The first floor is in shambles, the second and third are collapsing, and who knows how many floors there once were above those. There are huge holes in the roof where pieces caved in, allowing snow and the weather to enter. You look around for any place to find refuge, but see nothing. Your companions are somewhere ahead. Perhaps Burden has something in mind. You don't know how tall this tower once stood, but everything except the second and third floors collapsed, and they look likely to do the same any minute. Even if you would be safe from the beast up there, you would be just as likely to break your neck or be killed by falling rubble. You wisely turn back. You're taking damage, sure, but there's nothing in the tower at all. Fabian stands at the top of the stairway. Every muscle in his body is tense and he looks ready to lunge. The effort of holding his sword at the ready is enough to cause his arm to quiver. He's as exhausted as you. He nearly jumps out of his skin when somebody round the corner. When he sees it's you, he sags with relief. Oren isn't coming? I hardly believed it, but... Well, that thing isn't on your tail, is it? You glance behind you, then shake your head. Okay, good. Burden and the others are beneath that ruined building, the one to the northeast. There's a basement there where we can get out of the weather. Now let's hurry. Soon. There must be some herbs or something here somewhere. There's the way through. Steel chainmail. That looks so much more useful. And it is! Alright, drop this. It's better than this iron-studded armor. I'm gonna drop these shields and daggers. At least we have some better armor. Is that... I think... Icicle moss! Yes! Oh, thank God. have icicle moss. Fine, let's get down and rest. Tower basements. The heavy oaken doors, double doors above you, have been pulled shut and barred from the inside with two thick cross-metal bars. You find it difficult to believe that anything, even the beast, could get through this. It would take nothing less than a Herculean force to break it down. You step into the ruined cellar. Furniture is smashed and strewn about the room, and the roof and walls are beginning to collapse. Still, it's in much better shape than the above-ground sections of the tower. The others have arrived before you, and all huddle around a bonfire that burns merrily in the center of the room. You and Fabian stumble over to join them. When Sergeant Burden sees you, she looks relieved.
So, we all made it.
She trails off when she realizes what she just said.
Well, anyways, come warm yourself. You look terrible.
Her teeth chatter as she speaks. You stumble over to the fire, stripping off your sweat-dampened clothes as you do. You collapse by the fire and lay there unmoving for what seems like hours. Your limbs feel numb. Out in the cold it seemed natural enough, but now that you're in here you realize how odd it is. You've been sitting here for how long, yet you don't feel a bit warmer. You complain of this aloud, to which Sergeant Burden responds by looking at your legs. You look down, dreading what you'll find. Your skin is a sickly grayish blue, ending in black stubs at your toes. You stare silently, then tumble backwards to lie on the stone floor. All hope is gone. You aren't sure how long you lay there, feeling the cold air soaking up your life force, and always the blackness creeping up your limbs. The fire does nothing to warm you. It can't compete with the freezing air or your deadened nerves. Sergeant Burden's weary voice comes to you as if from miles away.
We can't just lay here and die. Orin gave us this chance. We can't just die here without fighting.
Nobody responds. Everybody else is as bone-weary as you are, and they are probably just as frostbitten as well. Burden, too, lays exhausted. Suddenly, by sheer force of will, she pulls herself to her feet.
What the hell are we doing? Is this how we repay him, giving up? We need food, we need medicine. Get off your asses and find it. If we die here, so be it, but don't just give up.
You slowly rise to your feet, pulled there by her words as a puppeteer pulls a marionette. You are surprised to see your numb limbs still support you. All strength isn't gone from them, even if feeling is. The others, save Ainsley, all do the same, moving unfeeling limbs experimentally, trying with little success to put on boots with fingers made of lead. Burden looks on grimly. Okay. Well, if nothing else, we have what we need. Mountain holly and icicle moss. I'm gonna make 2 rejuvenation elixirs. There, 2 rejuvenation elixirs. That's what we need. Let's speak with everyone, I suppose. Fabian crouches by the fire, massaging and rubbing his hands together in an effort to restore sensation to extremities that you notice are beginning to turn bluish-gray.
I've been wondering, Vincent. What was a bigger long shot? Escaping the goblin sacrifice or somehow getting out of this basement alive? After the stroke of luck we had earlier, it seemed we were destined to succeed, that things were finally going our way. But it just wasn't to be. From the very start, it wasn't to be.
So that's it. You're giving up.
Not giving up. I will keep trying until the end. I just have no disillusionments about how this will all end.
What if we find food?
What if we find medicine? What of it? There is no way out of here except through the snow and through the beast. One way or another, this is the end. There are only 2 choices that remain to us. Die with honor or die as a coward.
Do you have any regrets?
You know, Vincent, I could be sitting by a fire right now with a lute in my lap instead of the sword and motley garb instead of this cold metal mail. But if I hadn't joined, I'd never have met you or any of my friends. I'd never have learned to look in the mirror and not cringe. Suppose I was asking for this all along, to go out with honor.
He looks up and grins at you.
Not as fun as you'd think. The songs make it sound more glorious.
At least we're in good company. He claps you on the shoulder and nods solemnly.
Best, Vincent. The best I could hope for. You know, It'd be easier to want to be around friends when you die if you were an old man in your bed, not on a freezing mountain, and they're just there to go down with you.
Fabian still crouches by the fire.
If I sit here any longer, I don't think I'll ever stand up. We'd better move out soon. We aren't getting any warmer, stronger, or any less hungry.
What should we do now?
Whatever Sergeant Burden asks us to do, that's what. We have to make whatever effort we can, and she's the one who knows how we can do that best.
What do you think of Oren's death?
What a thing to do. Sacrifice herself for the good of others. That is what I enlisted for. That's the kind of death people write songs about. Too bad nobody will ever hear about it. Maybe if things were different. If we were somehow fated to make it down from here, I'd have been the one to write that song for him. Well, that's the kind of thing I would live to sing about. A soldier who gave everything for his fellows.
Private Every crouches alongside Captain Ainsley, caring for the ailing man in any way he can. Since you have no food, no medicine, and no herbs, this means that giving Ainsley cups of warm water is about all he can do.
Well, hey, Vincent. I don't suppose you've ever been in a situation like this before. Not the kind of thing you sign up for.
He looks up and gives you a wry, shaky smile. Do you think we're going to make it?
All trip I've been trying to keep thoughts like that out of my head. Not with much success sometimes, but I've tried to push them to the back of my mind. I've tried not to act cowardly on my first mission. When I feel like the living dead, I couldn't stand to save my life, and I can't feel my feet. Hell, can't tell if they haven't already fallen off already. How can I not give in to despair? What can we do? You guys are the veterans, but everybody else here is as bloody lost as I am. This sure as hell isn't what I signed up for.
We're going to get out of here. Just watch.
I'd like to believe that. I might have earlier this week, but after all that's happened, how can I still hope to get out of here? Even if we somehow recover, somehow find the strength to leave this basement, the beast is still out there. It's killed 4 of our group, and we haven't done anything to it. How can you kill that? Hopeless. Hopeless.
Private Every holds a steaming cup of water to Ainsley's lips, sparing drinks for himself from time to time.
Sit by the fire, Vincent. It won't warm you much, but at least it feels like you're doing something to keep yourself going.
How's Ainsley doing?
Not so well. Adriana has been doing her best with Erasmus and Awet both dead, but the time in prison was what did it. A goblin there is just not an opportune clinic. The filth, the parasites... Well, I guess you were there. Anyway, it has a terrible effect on open wounds. We have no medicine to treat the infection, nor to treat any of the frostbite or hypothermia from the elements. All we have is warm water. Hell, even I can give minister that, and I'm hopeless with medicine.
Where's your flute?
He pulls the instrument from his pack. I don't think I can even play it. I've been trying to catch my breath ever since we got here. The air is so thin. My lips feel numb. It's an effort to even talk.
He trails off and stares at the flute in his lap in silence.
Finally, he puts it back in its case and away in his pack. I can't play. I can't stand. Bloody useless. All of it. All bloody useless. Maybe I can use it for firewood or something.
Captain Ainsley is sprawled out on a mat laid on the floor. His eyes burn red with fever, but at least he's conscious and awake. His clothes have been stripped off, revealing the source of his affliction. Several large wounds that are green with infection. The compresses do nothing for help. They are already sodden with blood, pus, and infection. He looks at you with confusion for a moment until he realizes who you are.
Oh, Vincent? I didn't recognize you at first. It's so hard to think right now. Funny that I'd forget an old friend like you.
What do you think we should do?
I don't know. Where is the Highlander? Was it Oren? Yes, we're missing Oren. And Ewet, and the professor, and that other man. The outsider, the hunter. Where are they? All I can remember is...
His words become increasingly confused and incoherent. How are you feeling?
Terrible. Everything's burning. The room is swimming. I feel like I'm being consumed from the inside. I'm sorry that it wound out like this. Sorry I couldn't help you all.
What do you think of Sergeant Burden? He considers the question for a while, trying to recall who and what you're talking about.
Oh, Marie. I always knew she had it, that she could lead if she put her mind to it. A tragedy that her first time in charge ended like this. She could have done so much more. Everything was just stacked against her this time. Proud. Knew she could make it.
Adriana flexes her fingers experimentally. She has her dagger in hand, but her attempts to twirl it are clumsy failures. The cold has affected her as much as anybody. Hi, Vincent. That was really something back there, huh? I hope this isn't the end. You know, I've been thinking ever since Oren stayed behind. What is it that you were thinking about? I've been thinking about why I came here. Thinking about why I'm trying to kill the beast, about my revenge. I couldn't put words to my thoughts until now, but... well... I came here for the wrong reasons. I told myself I was killing it for the people of Manibor, but all the while I openly proclaimed that I was here for revenge. What's your point? Well, what good can one do with a purpose like that? Nothing. Nothing but wind up like Rowley, dragging your friends down with you in some fool effort. Oren, he wasn't like that. It wasn't about pride or revenge. And look, he saved us twice and come closer to killing the beast than the rest of us combined. I've been wrong. I dragged Jamie up here. Anything for my revenge. And look what happens. Just bringing more that I love down with me. What the hell am I doing here? Adriana still tries unsuccessfully to wield her dagger. It seems that her dexterity is getting progressively worse. What are we going to do now? I don't know. We need food, we need medicine, we need warmth. Who knows if we can even find those things here? I'm exhausted and I know everybody else is about to collapse as well. Maybe it would be better to just lay down, to... No, that is the cowardly way. As long as we are alive, we have hope. Jamie leans heavily on his bow, using it to keep himself from toppling forward. He looks at you coolly as you approach.
You know, if I were a superstitious man, I'd say this trip was doomed from the start. Everything we try to do ends in disaster. Every turn becomes a dead end. What the hell did we do to deserve this?
What do you think we should do?
Do? I suppose it doesn't matter. Every time a ray of hope shows itself, it turns out to just be setting us up for more greater failure. From a goblin cell to freedom, surrounded by wargs, to a short sprint away from safety, from imminent doom at the hands of the beast of Oren, to Oren trying to buy us time we need. Ups and downs, emotional peaks and valleys, all for naught. We forgot the one great constant, the one that comes back to bite us in the ass. In the end, the mountain wins every time. You just can't beat nature.
You look at your shaking legs and have to agree. Do you regret coming here?
Regret it? We came here with the best intentions. If we hadn't tried, then we would never have known that if we could have succeeded. How can I regret that? But sometimes, like right now, I wonder why I bothered. Why I had to be one of the ones to suffer out here. Why I was convinced to come in the first place. There's nothing useful down that road. Regret and blame can't help us now.
Jamie still hangs onto his bow like a drowning man hangs onto driftwood. I wonder if his legs would even hold him without it.
Hey, Vincent.
How are you feeling?
Feel much the same as you do, I suspect. I can't feel my feet. Hell, I don't know if I even have my feet by the end of the night. I'm exhausted. I just want to lie down and sleep. But everybody else is as tired as I am, and if they're strong enough to carry on, then I am too. It might be futile, but at least we'll go out like soldiers.
Do you think we'll make it?
No, I don't. Oren is gone now, and we've had more than our share of miracles. This will be our grave, but we can't take it lying down. We'll try to make something out of it. After what he did for us, to do less would be a crime.
Sergeant Burden stands and surveys the room. Or sags, rather. Even force of will can do nothing against sheer exhaustion. Nevertheless, she does stand, and watches over the group grimly as they prepare. She looks you over and waves away your salute.
I don't care how officer-like I am acting. I won't have that around here.
Besides, we have important business to get down to. What is this place?
Hell if I know. Erasmus was the one who wanted to shoot for this tower, and you were the only one who gave any details to. Apparently it's an old Empire watchtower, and it's been abandoned for centuries. My questions, though. This basement, for example. I can hear a faint humming in the distance. Machinery, perhaps? But why would machinery be beneath a watchtower, and why would it still be running after all these years? Most importantly, are there supplies here? You listen closely, and indeed you hear the humming she spoke of. It is odd. How's the group's morale? Terrible, and why shouldn't it be? We just survived the run of our lives, lost a friend, and now it looks like it was all for naught. Looks can be deceiving, though. It is easy to give in to despair, to lay down and slip into darkness. But that is not what we were sent here to do. So morale is low, but they will do what is necessary. What are we doing? Our situation grows bleak, Vincent, but I don't have to tell you that. The group's spirits are flagging. We have no food. We're weak from exhaustion, and we're miles from civilization. And who do they turn to? Me, that's who. Well, I'll tell you, Vincent, I've done my bloody best, gave my all, put it all on the line, and this is where it got us. Got us with our backs against the wall, that's where. Now I have to do it again. One more throw to see if we can get out of this. Bet the farm and hope when the dice settle they come up 7. And I need your help. Why me? Look around you, Vincent. Not a man here believes we will walk out of here alive. There's nobody left but you and me. We're as weak as the others, but I will keep on fighting, and if I judge you right, I think you will too. We'll take the gamble one last time. It's just men's lives at stake. So you still think we can survive this? Oren said something to me in those minutes before he turned back. It is not over until you say it's over. You will not fail if you refuse to fail. Do what you must. I never bought into his fates and predictions, but the words struck me. He was right, Vincent. It isn't over until it's over. We can get out of here. We can accomplish what we were sent here for. If we are breathing, there is hope. Do not forget that. What are my orders? I am splitting up the group, sending everybody out in groups of 2 to look for resources. Ainsley will stay behind, of course, and Private Every to watch after him. So 2 groups of 2 and 1 group of 1. You, Vincent, will be that one. If you collapse, there will be nobody to bring you back. If you falter, nobody to lean back on. You are the only one fit for the jobs. Don't let me down. Don't let us down. She hesitates for a moment, then reaches into her pack. Here, take this, she says as she hands you a folded packet. It's some medical supplies from her first aid kit that weren't completely ruined by the hobgoblins. You should have them. A quest was added. Find survival supplies. Somewhere in the cellar. Well, that's what we're going to look for. And we are cold. Very cold. Well, I think we're going to do this in the next episode, because this one, we only have like 4 minutes left. I think it's gone on long enough. Next episode, we'll start searching the basements, and I think I'll probably drink that 1 potion we have to keep us warm. That'll be in the next episode, so until then, I'm Chester44, that is Vincent, this has been the Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.